Hello everybody, welcome back, welcome back. Just getting set up. Hi Kikyo, welcome back, welcome back. Hope everyone's been having a good weekend thus far. Just making sure we're all good. Because I've been dealing with a bunch of tech issues recently. But I think we're good. Okay. We'll just do a review. And before we start, I wanted to finish up talking about, during part of last episode, I was talking a little bit about research on tutorials, and then I couldn't quite multitask talking about that at the same time, so I just wanted to bring up these studies quickly that I recommend. Because actually I've been thinking about tutorial design a lot more recently. Hi Barnacles! Actually thought there might be something interesting to discuss about a very certain game that has sort of an infamously poor tutorial, and maybe there could be a video there. I had actually thought about until recently that could be used for some of this stuff. But this paper, Press A to Jump Design Strategies for Video Game Learnability, a lot of games sort of use like, oh hi my very old man, welcome. This one sort of introduces this term learnability, which doesn't really get used. I believe both these papers I'm going to show are, I think they're open access if you just put these titles into Google Scholar. I think they should both pop up. That's why I'm not showing the full things. I'm not 100% sure. But this one's really cool because this one actually develops a framework of how to look at tutorials that I really like. And also there's some fun images in there. And then there's this one's more of a, this one goes over tons and tons of different video games that use different ways of approaching this concept of learnability. And then there's this one, the impact of tutorials on games of varying complexity. This one compares creating different kinds of tutorials for 3 different educational games. And how different, they sort of look at several different aspects of tutorials and how they actually impact people. This includes, one of the things they look at is this concept of freedom. So does locking you into performing certain actions actually help or harm player retention? And they ended up finding it didn't, which surprised me because when you think of Lin mode in Fire Emblem 7 is sort of infamous for really putting the guardrails up, and some people, and that's not really well remembered. So I like thinking about when is that good, when's that not. And so I was just interested in this game doing this sort of tutorial chapter. They do the sort of, I don't think it's quite sandboxy. I don't know how many options there were for solving it. But I was just thinking about it. And it's always important to sort of consider not how do tutorials designed for people that aren't gamers, for instance. I'm not really happy with railroading. Exactly, yeah, that's the term, railroading. They use freedom. And this second paper didn't really find an issue with it, but for it's a small educational game, so I think closer to like a mini game. And you have no idea how long. In Lin mode, for instance, you're kind of stuck into it for over an hour at least. Anyway, that's not what everyone's here for, but I wanted to bring it up. Am I okay? My voice is kind of shaky. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Maybe I'm a bit nervous, but in case you don't know, the demo for Rise of the Golden Idol. Yes, I saw that just now. I have it downloaded so we can... I have it downloaded, so maybe next week if there's time. We'll talk about that, but absolutely. Hi Japidium. Kind of interesting, different people learn at different times, like watching, yeah, casual gamers, tackle Elden Rings. It's, I was surprised there's certainly papers about it, but it's not, for how important tutorials are, it's not as big of a field as I thought. Okay, so just to review last time. Last time, we ended up in jail. Last time we were introduced to our protagonist. I do like this music track as we get back to it. We met our protagonist, we met our best bud, our Kim Kitsuragi for this game, Grigori Rasputin. We... Oh boy. Do we get to keep our book? I guess not. We still have our powers though. We have, okay, sit down, look at everything. If we can, sit on the bench and wait. We wanted to kind of quell a possible violent riot. Instead, our pride got in the way, and me not understanding the dialogue options, and we ended up in jail. And I don't think we really helped anybody. But we'll see. We also kind of like shot some people, but they were fine. Yeah, maybe we should go all in pride. I want to understand how it works a bit more. I'm just reminding, because we only had one episode. Whole pride run. Now we look even more beat up. My innate flaw. And we have an acquired flaw. We have our personas. Look pretty awesome. We do have some skill points for when we need them, but we're leaving them for a moment. Rasputin me romance? That's a good question. I don't even know if there's romance. But I'll get out of this. Let's find what we can find. Revolutionary leaflets. Brothers, the 11-hour workdays are killing us. Let's follow the example of the workers in German and English factories and fight to reduce them to 9 working hours. Join the strike, put down your tools, and join the fight for our future. Talk to wise guy.
What are you staring at, Ganef?
I don't know what that means.
Quit squealing. First time in the big city? Have some respect if you don't know who you're running your mouth at. What did they put such a swell in jail for?
Let me speak first. You're innocent, or just go more pride. I'm not sure yet about pride, because we haven't gone full in. I don't want to be... I want to do it when it's appropriate. Again, I want to get a little bit further in before I really sort of figure out a path. I don't really know what the factions are, and I don't want to be locked into something before knowing my options. Although it would be appropriate for Pride Month. Let's hear him speak first.
What about you guys?
Sonny, I've still been running the protection racket with Crook at the Ruzhitsky Bazaar. My dad used to work for him. But that was back in the day. Apart from that, I stay straight. I only hassle the Ruskies when I get a little loaded.
And I'm with the Shivs.
Bullshit. You ain't with the Shivs. Don't you go talking crap about the Shivs, cause I know them. You better give a fuller explanation, cause I lose respect real quick. I'm sensitive about folks like that. Who you from?
You didn't understand the question? I am a Thaumaturge.
First of all, I am a Thaumaturge.
Now them, I got respect for. I know one really decent Jew from Povishla, who's a wizard too.
How about you? You got a foreskin or what?
Is my foreskin any of your fucking business?
Well, no. I was just...
Schmuck. But you don't look like much of a Warsaw lad.
Looks can be deceiving.
You should not judge a book by its cover.
A tough guy, like a real Warsaw lad.
I was born here. Now I've come home.
Welcome to Warsaw.
Thank you. Feels a bit more polite than the welcome in Disco. Can we... Yeah. Oh! Do that again. If we continue to build up speed, we may just be able to pass it. Yes, exactly. Come, stranger. We need to be like facing backwards though. To set up the backwards long jump. It's funny, it's only this one. There probably needs to be like an invisible ceiling above us as well. I guess we will sit.
I wouldn't call you a master strategist.
You got away from the station, so theoretically, we achieved our goal.
You're not losing your sense of humor. I guess this isn't your first time in a place like this, is it?
You have to be keeping you alive. We are a Thaumaturge. Maybe that's farther in the skill tree. Hi Nexie, welcome. I hope you're having a nice morning and good luck with classes. Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, who are you?
We've got a little time to kill. Maybe now you can tell me more about yourself. You seem to know your way around this setting. You been here often?
Take that as a compliment. And sure, sometimes, if the cause demands it.
What cause?
Let's say I know certain folks who'd find poles like you useful.
Dealers in stolen Dutch pomade?
Donut connoisseurs. They met at Burke Rotblitz's cafe.
Let's find out more about her acquaintances.
What exactly do your friends do?
I'd be glad to tell you, over coffee and jam donuts.
I'm afraid all these screws might have more questions and want to keep you here longer.
Then you won't just miss out on the pastries, but also an adventure worthy of a great cause.
Shulsky!
I see you won't be hanging out here long either.
Fearless Vonda, the smuggler of bullets, proposed a meeting at Burke Roblitz's. The woman I met during the kettling incident was smuggling bullets in the nooks and crannies of her undergarments. Clearly, it wasn't the first time she'd done that. Unfortunately, this time the garter didn't hold, and the bullets fell onto the pavement. Maybe fate will have us cross paths again. We'll meet for jam donuts. Can I get out now?
Shulsky, this yours?
Yes.
That's right.
Then take it and get out of here.
Why?
Can I ask why the sudden change of plans? Anyone I should thank?
If he wants to, he'll tell you himself.
Thank you.
Get the revolver back. Okay, that was quicker than I expected. Now let's find... Okay, Wanda's file. I think this girl's been here before. The magic. Thank you. Now we have taken it, perhaps we can no longer build up speed. We almost had an exploit. I wonder if there is, like, a a super fast ending that we could get to. I don't think this would have saved much time. I have my own file! Oh, hi, OK-san! Welcome! Hope you're doing well and having a nice weekend. Let's look around. Oh. There's a lock there. I wonder if we can get lock picking later. When recruiting for the gendarmerie, it is recommended to reject the following candidates immediately. Oh, no thaumaturges. I'd be interested if there was some sort of thaumaturge path. Thank you, Chifidium. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you. I love speedrunning. I mean, I can't speedrun, but speedrun videos, just all the tech and everything behind it is, and the community is so fascinating for me. I love GDQ. Speaking of which, actually, when is SGDQ? Hi, Helem. Here we go. The worst boy. Yeah, okay, I think it's the same one we saw before. Wanted list, Maria. RBL, is that Rubel? Accused of complicity and stealing Dutch pomade. I think we read some of these. There's 0 posted speedruns. We're going for world record. That's amazing, because I've always like wondered, I've tried looking at some games where I thought, if there's like a speed run, I could be interested in it, and like everything feels like everything as a speed run. Let me see the map. Locked. Okay, we're going, but I want to look around first. Obituary, okay. Julski, widely respected citizen. Oh. Yes, our dad was a thaumaturge. Died suddenly. That's, you know what suddenly means. Funeral will be held at the church, September 7th, which his daughter would like to invite all relatives, friends, and acquaintances. One of my favorite facts is, okay, that's where we leave. The mystery of the druids. If you're on speedrun.com, the little like trophy icon for the mystery of the druids playthrough really makes me laugh. Therefore, I ordain that the number of patrols must be doubled. All station chiefs are required to comply with the order immediately. Signature or illegible signature. We're getting our experience. Guy looked everywhere. Locked. I am interested in the... lockpicking icon. Oh, trying to speed through the... Oh, the witness. I don't know it too well, but I can imagine from what I am aware. Oh. I have lost control of the camera. Okay, we're going that way, which means we must look the other way. Oh, wow. We're gonna take a moment to look around. I guess we're getting the carriage or the tram. Police station, locked. I suppose all these are gonna be locked. We can still look around. Tram stop. That's gotta be somewhere fast travel. I wonder how Halligan would fare. I meant to bring it up as well. I forgot to grab the image, but if you've seen on Twitter that, oh no. There's the boundary. There's an image of comparing how different fictional detectives would... How would they fare in Death Note? As in it's 4 quadrants. And it sort of looks at, could they intuit the mechanics of the Death Note versus could they solve the Kira case? And I don't totally... Oh wow, okay. I meant to bring it up because I forgot about it for this stream, but I was gonna say, where would Wiktor fall? That's gonna be interesting. Here. I don't know quite yet. Any character in that sort of has supernatural dealings is gonna have an advantage, I think, with intuiting the Death Note. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to find much yet. We're just going... Gonna catch a tram. But I'll make sure to... at least I'll try and remember to bring it up next stream. Halligan, I think, would bumble his way into solving everything in the Death Note. My problem, I haven't read Death Note. I don't have the... Oh, I can go to the barber. Oh. Oh. He was T-posing. That is my kind of comedy. Do a proper say... Okay, overdoing ours. Jail. Going up. I don't think it's really letting us just explore too much here, so let's go ahead. Here. There we go. Obituary notice. Went to be with the Lord following brief yet painful agony, having received the sacraments on August 18th, 1905 at the age of 65. Some more just the bereaved is asking all relatives and friends. Okay. Somebody else. Parish announcements. Something on Saturday and at 9 a.m. Holy Mass. Okay. Oh, they're talking. I wanted to get the dialogue. They were saying something about Thaumaturge there, which I wanted to hear. Okay. We read these ones as well. Oh yeah, I didn't watch too much of the Summer Games Fest. Polish state artist. Oh, more skill points. I need to... Yeah, if there's anything interesting from Summer Games Fest, please let me know. I peeked in once because I was in between doing some work. In 1891, he met his end. What he is now lies deep inside. What he was, never you mind. Little problem. Oh, that sounds cute. There's one. I saw one with a deer that I liked the look of, and around there was also a climbing game that looked interesting. Back up. Not trap myself between these small objects. This does feel like something where I could trap myself on geometry. Oh, there was something by the creator of The Beginner's Guide and the Stanley Parable that looked very curious where that's going to go, especially when you're a creator like that. I don't know how you even possibly follow up your games. Oh, here lies the one who broke Norvid's heart. Oh. I just totally missed it. Oh, there we go, Mr. Shulsky. Hello.
I'm sure you don't remember me. My name's Hayat, Mordecai Hayat. I wanted to offer my condolences.
Thank you.
Please, forgive my prying. I know Mr. Shulsky took nitroglycerin for his heart, but how did he pass away?
That's a
Was
good
that
question.
his cause of death? His heart?
I don't know the cause of my father's death.
I'm curious myself. I haven't had a chance to find out.
Yes, I understand. My condolences, once again. I'll leave you alone. I'm sure you want to bid farewell to your father.
I'm here, don't be shy.
I think I ought to arrest you, Thaumaturge.
Why?
I haven't done anything, officer. What's the problem?
I barely recognize you either. You still haven't figured out who I am? Don't be surprised. The last time we saw one another was 20 kilos ago.
Uncle Veronian?
I will not keep you. The guy's probably all alone back there, among those vultures circling Stasio. I'm sure she'll be glad to see you. Go on. We'll talk later.
A lot of medals.
Sister?
Wiktor. I'm so glad you came. I wasn't sure if my telegram had reached you.
I'm glad too. How are you holding up?
All this caught me off guard, but for now I don't have time to think things through calmly. Look at yourself. What happened?
You're in jail. Yeah, if it's not family, who did get us out? Let's just... let's ask if your mother knows about your father's death.
Have you written to Mother?
Yes, but what can you expect? You know what Nadia is like. It was never her style to show up for family events like this. It's getting late, and we've still got the reading of Papa's will ahead of us at home. And I'll leave you two alone. I suppose you've got your own matters to clear up.
Say goodbye.
Fine, let's get this over with.
That's a portrait.
So, it was me who got it right in the end. Back then, on the train platform, was the last time we saw one another. 15 years ago.
Read the obituary.
After brief suffering, fell asleep in the Lord. Brief? I hope not.
Oh.
Did you write this yourself? A tyrant, bigot, and liar, mistakenly absolved, died after suffering all too briefly. That's better. Definitely closer to the truth. The day you died, you visited me in my dreams. I was a child when you hounded me out of here, and I remember you as you were back then. But in my dream you looked older. You gave me hell as usual. You didn't believe I'd succeed. You were wrong. I've come back with 2 saluters.
Ooh. We can, even if we're not happy, we can be sincere in that we're not happy.
I'm sorry there are so many things I didn't get to say to your face. All those years, I said them over and over to myself in my head. How you were never able to admit a mistake. You never sought blame in yourself. Someone else was always guilty, never you. Mother because she wanted something for herself in life. Ligia because she wasn't born a boy. Me because I was born a Thaumaturge, but I didn't want to live following your principles. And now...
Leave, now that you've said your goodbyes.
Farewell, Father.
Am I intruding?
How long have you been eavesdropping?
Have you been eavesdropping like that for long?
All my life. I came to pay my respects to the dead. Stanisław and I were acquainted. You might say I knew everything about your father. Mr. Wiktor Szulski, isn't it? Your absence from Warsaw has happily come to an end, I hope.
You really get a pride option all the time. Which also makes me wonder how many we have to say. Make it have an effect. There's sometimes I do want to say them, but I'm not really feeling it here. We don't intend to stay here too long.
I don't think so. I intend to leave as soon as I wrap up my family obligations. I doubt we'll have time to meet again.
Who knows? Again, my condolences.
I didn't catch your name.
My name's Konieczkin. Ivan Konieczkin. Goodbye.
Such interesting friends you had.
Oh.
I guess I'm more tired than I thought.
Oh. Let's take a look-see. Okay with a note. A few flowers gathered together and a note. You are closer to me than I could ever admit. And now you're gone. My heart is yearning. S. The simple words contain a sea of sadness and longing. The letter was written with a trembling heart that cannot come to terms with the loss. It seems that someone is greatly affected by my father's death. Another tombstone.
Great-grandmother Josefina, a Thaumaturge.
Guess it... Genetic? The tombstone, another Shulski.
Grandpa Nicolem, a Thaumaturge. I barely remember him.
Funeral wreath. Someone has left a note next to the simple wreath. We had our differences regarding methods, but we shared the same goal. We will carry on, and you rest in peace, brother. Your friends in Thaumaturge. Thaumaturge's wreath. Apparently father must have kept in touch with other people in our profession. Wreath with a note. Someone has left an unusual note by the generic funeral wreath. Eat dirt, Shulski. The wreath was thrown carelessly, but some time and effort went into the words in the note. Several versions were written, all of which seemed insufficiently offensive to the author. In the end, he decided on a simple yet eloquent eat dirt, Shulski. More people than I would have guessed came to say their farewells to father. It turned out that he had both friends who were clearly affected by his death and enemies who found it exceptionally pleasing. Well, it seems father evoked extreme emotions in the people he had encountered during his life. Interesting. The reading of the will. Oh, we're going... You're going to your family home. I am very curious how the will going. Northern. Okay. Be careful not to get caught in the geometry. Well, that might be the best place to build up speed. We will find out. Oh.
We can go. The hardest thing was getting the lid of the urn. The scattering I could handle.
You can play the clown, but I know how much this has cost you. I'm glad you went.
Love at a funeral. Eros post-mortem. Is it suitable for a young lady in mourning to fraternize with bachelors? Konstancja Shabowska, the Warsaw Courier. Could I ask for a brief comment?
Hyena.
Thank you. And you, sir?
Let's ask our sister. Let's ask if Leah wants this or not.
I can sort it out, but it might cause you some trouble.
It's not worth getting your hands dirty over.
Get out of here!
Oh.
Or I might decide you're attacking an Imperial official, and you'll wake up tomorrow in the Citadel.
Are you threatening me, Judge?
I'm actually spurring you from him. Would you rather try your luck with a Thaumaturge? Come on, children. I'm sure my Pietia is already waiting for us at home.
I'd love to see my cousin.
Are you coming with us?
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks.
Get in. I'm sure the lawyer is already waiting for us.
How do you gain skill points? So far, I've mostly gotten them from... I don't remember exactly, but getting them from reading, and I'm sure we get some from the bosses as well. That's one way to motivate people to read. And follow. I did read a little bit of like a beginner's guide, mostly because I was curious. Is this something you want to be diverse in your builds, or Or do you want to like put everything into one? And it did say balance things out, so that's partially why I'm saving stuff. Although if we get into combat, we probably will want to get for some of these damage. Oh, see, there's... Now we
Your
go.
guests have arrived. The lawyer's upstairs too, waiting. A trifle jittery. Wonder if the tea I made him was too strong.
Thank you, Grajana dear. Let the guests wait. First, I want to take care of the will.
I'll just wet my whistle and join you all upstairs.
Make sure Uncle makes it upstairs sober. And I'll suggest you don't dawdle either.
There's probably so much stuff to read.
Master Wiktor, good God! Half your face covered, but I could tell right away it was you. You look just like your father in his youth. Completely his spitting image.
I don't know
Should
if I
I
want to
make
hear
you
that.
some cocoa, Master? It would warm you up a little.
But I do want cocoa. Well, let's pretend it's for Ligia.
Make an extra creamy one for Ligia.
Oh, I won't skimp on her. Now, your sister's putting a brave face on all this, but she's really having a hard time. It's lovely to see you again. But that's enough jabber for now. I've got the guests and the cocoa, and I've got to whip up some food for you all later. We'll talk soon.
Updated. Yeah, look at all these. First floor. Look at all these people. I guess these are people here for the reception, I suppose. But I want to examine. Father's portrait. Oh, if I had a grimoire, I'd want my portrait to have it. They're exuding particle effects. This portrait depicts father in his twilight years. The serious expression on his face, the proud posture and the grimoire in his hand, combined with a dark background and lack of embellishments. It all reflects the strictness and pragmatism he always had. Oh yeah, there's almost like not a magic circle, but it is all sort of... You can't say no embellishments when there's gold on the frame. It's a nice looking frame. Good old... It's Stanislav. Okay, Stanislav. However, a faint red streak can be seen around his figure. Apparently, artists are particularly sensitive to seeing things that usually escape the human eye. This one should receive double emolument for capturing the thaumaturgic ore. Oh. Evening extra. Group. Okay. A moment after our gracious emperor announced that Georgi Skalon as the new Governor General of Warsaw, a group of troublemakers started yelling most disgraceful slogans. Despite reinforced security, there was a scuffle. The gendarmerie were quick to get the situation under control. However, a few people were injured, including 2 policemen who came to help. 30 people charged with public nuisance and brawling were taken into custody. We didn't start it.
I don't want to put my foot in my mouth again. I already failed to recognize someone once today, but you look familiar.
Well, I should think so. I was the victim of one of your starling hunts. Voronins must not be very memorable, cousin.
Pietia, forgive me, and for shooting you as well. How are you doing?
Just some heart problems, not a subject for today. I'm sorry about Uncle Stanislav. Forgive me for not coming to the funeral. I can't bear cemeteries.
We'll have to meet up again.
Goodbye.
I love the slightly awkward... We need to end the conversation. Oh, more people can talk to. Oh. Read, talk.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. I thought I'd have to drink alone.
So many goodies laid out for the guests. Having trouble picking something for yourself, Judge?
But this was Stashio's. It was special. Amber liqueur with quinces.
I think you mean quince liqueur with amber, right? If it's not here, I'm sure it's in the basement. But I won't grope around down there in the dark now. I've got my hands full.
Now, I don't want to trouble you either. Wiktor, could you track down a little bottle for your uncle?
Is it content?
I suppose I'm obligated to accept this mission.
Good lad. A nephew like you is a treasure.
Will we get a skill point out of it? Get a I guess we have to. It's ended up here. And our powers are leading us in that direction. Oh! A liquor recipe. Quince fruits. I don't need to read that. We just need the experience. And more recipes. But let's find out. Right there. Sure, we can go to the creepy basement. Hello, the guy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh. Articles. Oh, our powers are so cool. We have a Sauvignon de Bordeaux, a bottle of white wine from southern France, an expensive beverage popular among the aristocracy. The wine carries the aroma of peaches, apples, and a certain amount of conviction that a relationship between two people is beginning to take on a romantic edge. A beverage enjoyed by the upper crust, given to a man by a woman. Very familiar, mysterious woman. Mother's portrait. A portrait of Mother from her youth. She stands proud, wearing a white dress and a silk scarf thrown over her exposed shoulders. Her long dark hair flows down her back, and she glances at the viewer with a piercing smile. Bare skin and a frivolous hairstyle. That's not how I remembered her. Nadia as a young, unkempt maiden. Hard to believe. The shocking vision of the painter must have been created in a previous era. Time when hearts were stirred with violent emotions, homes were created to the sound of a storm, love stories had to end tragically, etc., etc. Father actually commissioned such a painting? Ellipses. A small bottle of quince liqueur with amber, a beverage for true connoisseurs. The bottle exudes the sweet aroma of quince and the sincere joy of an upcoming meeting. It is a beverage that brings people together and sweetens the bitterness of everyday life, an element of a ritual that two old friends would eagerly indulge in. Still see a few particles. Here we go. And more alcohol. From Oregon. A bottle of red wine from the United States. Hard to get. An inability to articulate, brought on by great surprise, clings to the bottle. It was difficult to mouth even a word of gratitude for the unique gift. Words got stuck in the throat despite the adoration for this particular liquor. It is a favorite beverage, but an unwelcome gift. We're in the wine cellar. Every bottle found in the Shulsky cellar contains a creditable beverage. Uncle Voronin wouldn't disregard any of them. We have to choose? Oh, let's see. Oh, hold on, let's also examine. Over here. There's a bust. Bust of Morana. The stern countenance resembles that of a human, but the callous gaze shows no trace of human emotions. The Queen of Winter scrutinizes you, sending a shiver down your spine. It makes me think of the words, if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. Let's...
How did it go? Mission accomplished?
Wait, which do you want? You wanted the...
You'll have to wait a moment here.
Yeah, we could just leave. I want to double check which is which. War. Red wine. Gourmet's beverage, I guess. Although I don't think Lygia's gonna be happy, but it's on our mission list. That means we have to do it.
How did it go? Mission accomplished?
I'm surprised there's not just an option that's like, no.
I think this is the one Uncle wanted.
Yes. This is our little funeral battle. We would meet in Stasha's study after every funeral we went to, and raised a toast to the dead. And recently, we've been seeing one another more and more at such events. More and more. But this time, even he has left me. So, to an easy death, as Stasha and I used to say.
How did he die?
Hasn't Lygia told you?
I haven't even had the chance to ask.
He didn't suffer, but such images in the memory are better saved for later. I'd prefer to remember him as he was alive. What then? Am I drinking alone?
Am I drinking? What's your own toast? Raise a toast in silence.
Familiar faces keep vanishing from my life. Stasio and my Helena before him. I miss my little darling. I miss them both. Well, obligation fulfilled. Shall we get to the reading of the will?
At the funeral, there was this sad Jewish fellow, Mordechai Hayat. Do you know him, Uncle?
He worked for Stanisław, but that was a long time ago. I don't know him more than that. So, shall we collect our inheritance?
Don't think it's gonna be that easy, but yes. I will check those out. Thank you, Halam. Urban Myth Dissolution. Ooh, that sounds cool. Sometimes there's a title and you just think, I want to look at that. During the reading of the will.
Right, so let's find out what my father hasn't left me.
Let's begin if everyone is ready. Would you all please take a seat? Ladies and gentlemen, by the power of my office vested in me by the grace of His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of all Russia, I hereby
Sorry about your hair
testify.
textures, man.
Mr. Shulski's last will and testament were prepared several years ago in the presence of Zaslav Fedorov, Esquire, that is, myself. My last will and testament recorded in the year of our Lord 1888. In the name of the Holy Trinity. Amen.
I want to hear him out.
Therefore, my first irrevocable wish is to appoint as executrix of this will my daughter Lygia Szulska. Immediately after my death, an inventory shall be conducted in full accordance with the law. After completing the inventory, all my personal movables will be sold at public auction. And let the funds raised thereby be donated on the anniversary of my death to the beggars near that cemetery. The administration of the remainder of my fortune I leave, without restriction, to the person of my daughter Lygia.
I'm not even getting a teaspoon.
All movables and immovables relating to the family enterprise I entrust to the care and administration of my daughter. I do not prescribe a method of administering them. I merely offer her one piece of advice. I wish that the business should be conducted with modesty, prudence, and honesty, as I have conducted it my whole life.
A joker to the very end.
To my brother-in-law and oldest friend, Alexander Voronin, I wish to leave the following. My collection of muskets and 2 revolvers, dating to the uprising in memory of our first mating.
Stasio, I will have plenty to do in my retirement.
Enjoy your retirement.
Feel like I don't want to know if Mother's getting anything. I'm not asleep, I was just listening. Although I do feel a pride answer coming on. He is kind of interjecting with his own there. I'm okay just listening. I want to hear how this was written out anyway.
I would also like to come to the aid of my only son, Wiktor Szulski, by entrusting him with the use of my personal black grimoire, in the hope that he will be able to make good use of it. This is my last will and testament. Carry it out solemnly, though you may have found it burdensome. However, this last bequest poses a certain problem.
Yes, it certainly does. And what is that, may I ask?
I am not in possession of this grimoire. The late Mr. Szulski used it up until his death, yet no one left it with me after his passing.
Meaning it's disappeared? Did Father have his grimoire on him at the time of his death?
It was only because of the grimoire that we could identify him at all.
Oh.
What actually happened? How did he die?
Spontaneous human
A
combustion.
building collapsed on top of him. I don't know any other way of putting it.
Yeah, we did see that building that was kind of destroyed. I think we do know where this happened. I don't know actually what it means when one is sort of yellow and one is just white.
The grimoire. Could someone have taken it?
Perhaps, in all that confusion.
But why would anyone want Papa's grimoire? An ordinary person won't use it. Would the Thaumaturge just happen to be passing by?
Father had all his knowledge in there, but I don't know if it would be useful to someone other than him. I don't even know why he left it to me.
I'm sure Stasio had a reason.
Okay, so I wonder if actually now that I know this, are the white ones, maybe the yellow ones move on the oh yeah, exactly what Comsanger just said. I guess one color would advance the dialogue in the other one. Yeah. That's why I was testing.
A building? It collapsed on top of him? How? How did this happen?
It was a day like any other. Papa had gone for his habitual walk. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he'd take a stroll to get some space, as he put it. When he didn't come back for a long time, I got the bad feeling something had happened. Then...
we rode there together. An entire wall of a tenement had collapsed. There were 3 victims, including Stasio, who had the bad luck to simply be walking by. To see him there in that condition, it's beyond description.
I think an investigation is brewing. Was it... I mean, making a whole building collapse. What is going on with the textures here? I mean, I'd assume... I mean, it could just be like faulty architecture, but I don't know how else you'd do it besides an explosion.
Where did it happen? Where was this building?
The southern part of Śródmieście, not far from the police station. Anyway, you can miss it.
We didn't.
So that's where it is. I've seen this place. I'd rather not imagine what condition you found Father in there.
Of all the possibilities, this was the death that fate prepared for him.
I don't... I'm tempted, but... maybe not to, yeah.
I foresaw a slightly more pleasant end for him, myself. I doubt even he deserved such a horrible death.
Those might be the kindest words you've ever said on the subject of a father.
How typical of his sort of person to keep a portrait in
That.
his study of a family that was only a family on canvas. Not long after the painting was done, he got divorced, ruined the Nijitas, and kicked out his son. But there the portrait hangs, as if family meant anything at all.
I don't know what exactly happened with Aboritse, but I know that Papa felt guilty. You don't want to forgive him even now that he's gone?
The dead need no forgiving. And as for forgetting, I don't know how. It's just a shame about the grimoire.
What do you intend to do?
These are all... I'll do a lot of things. Apart from 2, though.
I think we have to look for the answer in the place where it happened.
With your sight, you can make out more in those ruins than I, or Uncle, or Detective could. This is a good lead, but is it the only one?
Father evidently knew a certain Ivan Konieczkin. Have you heard anything about him?
Konieczkin? No, doesn't ring a bell.
All sorts of people came to Papa's store. That doesn't mean every one of them might know something about the grimoire.
That's true. You've got your work cut out for you.
And Mordechai Chayat. Could that be a lead?
I don't think so. He worked with Father, but he left more than a year ago. I don't know why. He was an assistant at our, well, my store.
Do you know where I might find him?
Sadly, no.
Do you have any other ideas?
Finally, let's look through Father's things.
And where are Father's things at the moment?
You're standing at the very center of his kingdom. Not everything has been sorted through yet, but you go right ahead.
And the store? I should check that too.
I've started stock-taking there to distract myself, and I don't want you to go in there before I've finished.
As you wish.
What everything do we know? I don't.
Now at least I can see how little I know. Maybe these scraps of information will lead me somewhere.
Well, now that we know what's got to be figured out, forgive me, my darlings. I'm going to give my old bones a rest.
I'll see you out.
Goodbye, Uncle. And, Ligia. I'm sorry it happened this way. That I wasn't close by.
The most important thing is you're here now.
Find out more what we leave behind. And oh, let's do a quick save. Oh, Listen, talk, articles. Let's take a look-see. Letter. The human heart is worth more than all the riches of the material world. Tonight. SR. The message only appears to be brief. In fact, the pen strokes were accompanied by an accelerated heartbeat, motivated by restrained fondness for the addressee. The ink is dripping with special care and warmth that have seeped deep into the paper. We'll listen at the end. With the portrait. Our family portrait. I can remember when it was taken. Taken? Is it not a painting? The year was 1884, and Ligia and I were 9 years old at the time. She was clearly tense, and I remember how Mother admonished her to smile, not to fidget, and to stand straight. Ligia was to take the cue from her. Mother was able to freeze like a statue and sit there, barely breathing for a couple of hours. I, on the other hand, posing nonchalantly, was always more restrained than my sister. I could get away with more. Behind us, our father, head of the family, one hand resting patronizingly on the back of the chaise lounge, asserting his ownership, and the other holding a grimoire, a black grimoire. Behind father, a shadow, as if a shape was emerging and forming, indicating another presence. That's Balbereth. The family is complete. We added Balbereth. Can we see that? Ooh. Balbereth, my father's first salutar. Probably not the only one. A perfect match. An ancient idol mentioned in the Book of Judges, secretive by nature, keeper of vegetation and master of insects that he can command in order to protect people from diseases. Oh, according to the Ars Goesh, I actually don't know how to say that, Goetia. Balbereth belongs to the Circle of Greater Demons. For a word that appears a lot in games and like media, I've actually never had to say that out loud. Just like father, the flaws that attract him are, much like with Uper, are related to the heart dimension and the sensation of the heart. Pride, blasphemy, contentiousness, but also consistency, stubbornness, and ambition. Balbereth is gone. He left my father. Where? We do not know what happens to salutars after Thaumaturge's death. Perhaps they become wild again, unhindered by the pact with their master. But the flaw they used to tether them is gone, so maybe they vanish into the void as well. Something else here? Yep. Books on ancient cultures. Books in hard leather bindings with many bookmarks. Father would pore over the yellowed pages again and again, reading the same words over and over, trying to extract meaning from them. He repeated the words about dedication and the necessity of sacrifice like a mantra, slamming and shut one volume and reaching for another. What does it all mean? What? Oh, there's a safe? Suitcase. A leather suitcase bearing traces of many travels. Grains of desert sands from father's trip to Africa had settled on the suitcase. He would set it aside, spinning plans for future voyages into the unknown regions of the material world, searching for what was hidden behind the veil of reality. Ritual mask. Yeah, I saw one around there. I was wondering what that was for. A wooden mask representing a salutar known as Shirael. The demonic countenance is clothed in the hope that clung to its first and the satisfaction that soon followed. It seems that father had plans for Shirael, which he eventually managed to fulfill. Okay. Do that. Let's listen. Cool. You get records. Or gramophone, I should say. I feel like we might as well just, like, put a point into all of these. Because we have 8. And we could even manipulation allows you to manipulate dimension deed let, and then we'll hold on to them. I am interested in the other skills. What's this one? Adrenaline rush. Bloody rejuvenation. I love the like toony names.
How do you find our old stomping ground? Yes, I'm not too fond of this place either. This is where I had my last conversation with my father, just before I left. If you can call it a conversation. Can you see my dreams? Nightmares, actually. Ever since I decided to come back, I keep reliving the same memory. The lone shark incident. I've been seeing his death more and more lately. I wonder if his shop is still there. Perhaps we should go there and check.
Oh. There more? What else am I looking for? Find out more about your father's dying moments. Wiktor needs an eye patch to contain his true power. Actually, I was just looking at, after you mentioned that, I think our wounds have healed. Okay, so still sort of in here. Anything? Maybe up? Oh. Up the stairs. Oh, here we go. One more. Read. Okay. Yeah, that's what we were read. Oh, now we have one here. Come on. You moving? Okay. Collection of books on the occult. The titles include Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, Lemmageton, and Picatrix. The grimoires of historical occultists brim with paternal inquisitiveness. The worn pages, full of annotations in the margins, bear the marks of frequent reading. His heart beating with excitement, Father explored the mysteries of demonology, thus expanding his horizons. Father's search. Father's thoughts were recently occupied with a search for knowledge that bordered on the obsessive. This is related to something much more than his usual curiosity about the world, which I remember him for. He was looking for something, hunting for salutars, exploring the mysteries of everything related to thaumaturgy. The only thing I still don't know is where it led him. Interesting. I'm definitely interested in whichever faction lets us know more about. It's taking us down here. And is Ligia here? Okay. I want to keep looking. Look at all these skill points we could find. Oh, here we go. This is the Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. No evidence that all demons are salutars. Bathim, a false lead. Pusel, a false lead. Anton claims to have subjugated Orobus, mere boasting. Marcosius. Expected to take on the form of a wolf with the wings of a griffin and the tail of a snake. According to Duplancy, he takes on the form of a wild lioness. Interesting observation by Crowley. Demons are unexplored fragments of our mind. Ooh. However, in appearance it resembles an ox with wings. Iliad for Sabnok, unknown. Look at everything in here. Polish Gazette, Evening Edition, some more about funeral stuff. Funeral service was very modest. In accordance with the wishes of the deceased, the sums are allocated for wreaths. More people. The company arranges funerals, exhumations, and transportation of corpses. A factory warehouse of metal and wooden coffins, mourning hats, crepe paper, and a vast selection of items used in times of mourning. Letter from Paris, sister of mine. I do feel well enough to write something to you. This from us? Yeah. The doctor also recommended I do so. I am not alone in my anguish. I share a room with one Rayford Morton, whose last name escapes me. They brought him from London from Dr. Seward's clinic. Very interesting case. He spends his days hunting for moths, cockroaches, ladybugs, and beetles that come here sometimes. Eats them. He says it gives him strength to wait for the coming of the Lord, but I don't think he means the Savior. I cannot yet reconstruct all the details after the debacle with Paimon. Paimon's here. My mind is still in tatters. Paimon visited me no more than a week ago. I know that's impossible. It probably happened only in my mind, but it was so clear. He, as the king of hell, with his host of demons, with the shadows of his penitents, called for me to join them. It was so real. I'll stop there, having a hard time gathering my thoughts. I feel like you just sent that. I feel like that's more... After leaving that, you might as well add an addendum or a PS. Message from Mother. Dear child, stop. It was great sorrow that I have received the news of Stanislav's death. Stop. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend the funeral ceremony. Stop. My duties in Paris are keep me from traveling to Warsaw at this time. Stop. I will join you both in mourning and sorrow. Stop. Mama. Letter from Rome, July 1896. Dear sister, I'm writing to you because sleep eludes me. As I wrote before, I found a suitable candidate. However, I'm still struggling to reach his flaw. I feel that Paimon is within my reach. I even saw him, vaguely, but I did. I'll stop here because my nerves prevent me from continuing. W. Yes, I will be careful. Don't think me a fool like father. Charred letter. My love for you is burning. Keeps me from eating. Keeps me from sleeping. Keeps me from living. Lygia, I'm begging you to end my agony. Free to be my... Ooh. Are we allowed in? Here we go. Oh, this is our room. Can get changed. I love it. There's a chessboard. There's... I feel like it says a lot having a character with a desk set up to put a chessboard right in the middle of the room. Serious photo. Straight backs, stern expressions, noses in the air. Two boys, they're just trying to meet everyone's expectations. Something went wrong here. We have more outfits? Ooh. If you want to change your clothes, use the wardrobe. You can expand your clothes collection by visiting the tailor. Okay, we don't have much options. I do like what we're wearing. I think we need to visit the tailor. Serious photo. And some dolls. Dolls at the top of the... On the top here. That's a good sign. Yow! These are both downstairs, okay. And let's check the other bust. Bust of Siren. Sharp avian features bear a wild, disturbing kind of beauty. They make you want to fall into her clutches and be lulled into an eternal dream by her sweet song. Yet, her cryptic, slight smile makes a subconscious, primal part of your being carry away from the predator. But isn't a soul the only fair price for the bliss of giving yourself up to that enchanting creature? Oh, like a siren. Is there a skill point?
I'm about to go deaf.
You can answer the telephone.
Hello?
I talk here?
Yay!
You hear me now? Victor? Victor, are you there?
Grigori? Yes.
Victor, where are you?
On the other end of the line, at home, where the telephone rang.
Incredible.
How did you get my number?
How did you know I have a telephone at home?
Something's interrupting you, Victor. I am telecommunicating with you to say I found lodgings here in Warsaw. If you need me, I'm by the cemetery. What number is it? Yes. 7 Powaskowska Street. Number 7 by cemetery. Powaskowska.
I'm glad. It's good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear you as well. Goodbye. I want to end now. What do I... like this? Wonderful device. Remarkable. Hello? Oh, and now?
I'm back. You were saying Taming Darkness, is that... Okay, that must be the next social link mission. Might have to be a priority at some point. I do want to try and get the... What is... Fuck. Okay, still so much more to look around. But I do really... That one takes us there, okay. I do want to...
Have you found anything yet about the grimoire? Is there any way I can help?
Yes. I definitely want to try and look around the scene of the crime, if I can call it that. There's gotta be something extra there. I will ask that in a second. Let's ask the other things.
What's next for you? You're in charge here now. Have you got some kind of grand scheme?
A grand scheme? Oh, for now, I'm just trying to keep my head above water. Certain customers are unconvinced that a woman can handle running a business. What's worse, a woman without powers. You know what I mean. A Thaumaturge at my side would shut them all up. After all, it's your heritage too.
Wiggle out of it. I don't think we want this very much, from what I'm gathering, but... I like her so far. I do want an ally. So we'll go sort of we'll do a bit of wiggling.
I don't think I'd be much use. I'm a lousy thaumaturge and I lack the necessary skills. I wouldn't know how to palm off all these oddities and antiques that Father used to sell.
Thank you, Wiktor. You've just reassured me that Papa left the business to the right child. I trust the smoke doesn't bother you.
Hi, Airline God. Welcome. I'm definitely gonna play... There was a new trailer for the Slay the Princess expansion. I do think I'm gonna save it for the expansion, which comes out in the fall. But definitely then.
The trousers are an original style. Until now, I'd only seen women in trousers in the East.
First of all, they're practical. It's the 20th century. It's high time we started dressing comfortably.
I don't particularly like either of these options.
You've always been brave, never afraid of anything or anybody. Like when Mother almost had a fit because you dumped my best tie in hot cocoa.
I didn't care that she was angry. I wanted to get you back for not wanting to play with me.
Because you were being too annoying.
You meant to say brave. By the way, Grażyna still makes cocoa every evening. You can conjure up the flavor of childhood if you want.
I do
Is
want...
there anything else you want to talk about?
Let's ask about the smoking.
You used to detest the smell of tobacco. You'd hold your breath going into Father's study.
That's true, but when I'd stay here, alone with Papa, and somehow over the years I got used to it. I don't know when I started copying him even.
Daddy's girl. You were always closer to him.
That's not true. I was just less rebellious than you, his Thaumaturge son. Now come on, what else is on your mind?
Ask about the woman's trace.
In Father's study, I found a trace of a woman that I couldn't identify.
Probably Svetlana Rumyantseva.
And who is that?
Who is she? And what does Father have to do with her?
Svetlana is a Russian aristocrat who travels with the Romanovs' court. I can only tell you she was a customer of Father's.
A customer?
Romanovs.
If you don't want to say, then don't. Where can I find her?
When she's in town, she stays at the Imperial Hotel.
She might know something that will help me find the grimoire.
Not so fast. To get in, you're going to need me and my connections. Svetlana is famous for her soirees where she hosts the creme de la creme of Warsaw.
Let her speak.
We could go together. How about you track down some evening clothes and I'll sort out the invitation.
I like clothes.
And I won't take no for an answer.
Sadly, you never give me a chance. Unfortunately, everything in my wardrobe is antediluvian. I need a tailor.
There's a shop at 11 Pruzhna Street that's fairly decent and quick. We also have barbers in Warsaw in case you want to do something about whatever you have growing on your head and face.
Okay. I mean, received. Still at 5. I like our look. Oh, now we have more of these. I will have to look at those when we get closer to another fight. Longings, we're getting a lot of. So, side quest. Oh, there's seems to have availability. So we should probably do that sooner rather than later. A lot of these. Oh, this is like Red Dead Redemption 2 where the hair and beard grows out. Oh, they do that? I just think of that from Deadly Premonition. Wait, no, I wanted to change the quest. Which is it? Does it go to? Map. Guess it's on journal. Let's, while we're here. Oh, I guess they didn't change it. Sorry. I know I'm covering this a little bit. I'm just... Okay. I have to confirm. So do we just have to press the F button? I hope it's like Deadly Premonition. We get surrounded by flies and we never shower. Has any game ever used that system? I hope it's like Deadly Premonition where we'll have giant spinning Agent Honor in the background of cutscenes. Drink hot chocolate. You know the secret to the secret to time travel requires but one sip of cocoa. All of a sudden. I love these mechanics. All of a sudden, Lygia is reading a book in front of the fireplace and I'm stacking building blocks. My parents are arguing in the smoking room. It's a warm day, and then everything goes to hell. Okay, good to know. And we got... I hope I didn't just... Okay. Ruin that. I'm not gonna do that in case it also... spends time.
Master Wiktor, let me guess. Have you come for some hot cocoa?
Yes. No.
Another time, Brezhenka. I'll get out of your way.
Always ample work, but I can always snatch a moment for a chit-chat with you, Master.
Thank you. So where is this taking us? Out there, green square, garden. Oh, there's a garden. Let's actually check out the garden quickly. Ooh. Some important plot event is going to happen here.
Are you lost?
Like this.
Fuck. I'll try to be a hero, and it'll be alright. You're outnumbered.
I love it when their name is just Burglar. I don't think you wink out. They don't have the edge.
Quantity doesn't always translate to quality.
Call the rest. We got one with a death wish.
Can we... Yeah. Brutality. Perfect efficiency, perfectionism, self-cast makes every... On here we have... Let's just look at all these. I do like the double damage, because we do kind of use that... as the finishing blow. Brutality. Bond brutality increases the damage. Okay. From the Salutor's next attacks by 50%. Perfectionism makes every attack on the enemy deal the maximum possible damage. That's quite nice. That'd be good on something that has like a good range. Lucky chance, 60% of slowing the enemy's actions. I like that. Fortune, 50% chance of interrupting the enemy's planned action. All these only have... This has multiple slots, it looks like. Chance, slowing. %. You're doing this on reduces focus. Lots of suffering. Let's add that there. Restores your focus. We haven't really had to do that ourselves. I like this for sort of slowing, 50% of interrupting. Let's go for the bigger chance. It does seem useful. Okay. Oh, I guess these are like how powerful they are. Not we can stack 3. Fortune, efficiency, gamble. I don't know if we totally need the chance of doubling it. That might be better on one of these. Put this one on here. This one. Perfectionism, restores focus. I don't want to lose focus yet, but we'll see it. Maybe that's super powerful. We don't know. Vitality. And if we spend a point here. These are agony. Okay. I don't think we need those yet. I like the interruption, but though this is more for killing. Put that on there. And damage over time. Put that there. Okay, come on. There we go. Let's start the fight. You seem to have a resistance. Yeah, okay. Let's start with the status effect. And inflicts damage. Okay. Any reinforcements are on the way. Well, we're starting a robbery. $23. Yeah, there's not a whole lot. Let's... I don't think it's worth getting rid of all that focus. Wait, is that bleeding? Yeah. Let's get rid of that though. And for you, do you have anything we want to mess with? Which isn't cut. I think we still try and use this one. And then do a little bit of healing. More bleeding. Maybe it's better to just try and get rid of everything. Focus on the healing instead. It does seem to be quicker. Is that a fake beard? Okay. Require Dimension Force D to disable. Okay. Reduces damage taken by 80%, which is quite a lot. And for you, Dimension Force Word to disable. We can't... I don't suppose we can do that now. Okay, so that's good to know. That's sort of what we're going up against. And we'll work on the healing. Both have knives. You'd probably be... You only have 2. What's that effect on you? Reduces impact on owner's focus. We might actually be able to get rid of you more quickly. That might be the better option. Times 5. Complications. You go there. Okay, now our focus is going down. We should be careful. We've already done this. Irene, welcome! I hope you're doing well. And I hope Off-Kyber is really nice for you. I like seeing your tweets from there. Thank you for checking in, and again, I hope you're doing well and having a nice weekend. Yeah, we're not doing great. Okay. Got rid of you, just have to... Can we get rid of you in one round? Let's just try and... Don't think we can use you to... get much more, unless we can get healing really quickly. Would be nice if we could get rid of that. Might have to redo that. Might have to invest some more points. What's the in? Oh, okay. Game over. That's my last autosave. Right into the garden. Okay. I think we do. Let's invest a few more points. Well, we got to hear a funny death scream. And good for kind autosaves. And I'm so sorry about your phone and COVID. Actually, can I look at their... At least you know where to spec your point. Where was it again? It was... I forget which place it was, actually. Oh, can we not actually... go any farther till we get them? Well... It was deed? Okay. We can. Agony. Oh, now cost 2. Cost 2. Dimension Force Heart, Dimension Force D. Oh, okay. Well, we can't upgrade these anymore. We might as well. Let's do the Bloody Rejuvenation. For any store health points for every enemy that's in your... And then Adrenaline Rush. Creases inflicted down. Ooh, that's cool too. I think we needed... Enhanced by flaws. Let's go for it. What are these? And then can we get to the... Oh, we can just... Now we can scroll. Sabotage. Third principle, bond of speed. Ooh, okay. Now we have bloody rejuvenation. Looks damage. And attack. And how things good. Happy to be able to still quite dealing with finishing up school stuff, and there's quite a few things to organize, but it's been really exciting because I haven't been able to like focus on VTubing stuff. I've been working on a lot of stuff sort of behind the scenes, including also like pre-recorded videos. I've been wanting to try and get into video essay type stuff and shorts. Model progress is going well. Lots and lots of cool stuff. I just feel bad when I have to take time away from streaming to focus on that stuff. But I want people to know that I am focusing on it, suffering. So now this becomes agony. Suffering for 5. Usually cast the state on a random. Okay, so this should hit both of them, and now we can do. What should we put on this? This we use more often. So do these stack? I want to do that on our quick attack. I mentioned your video essays, you have a lot of interesting. I'm glad, that's exactly what I've been wanting to do, because there's sometimes when, particularly in like a more story-oriented game, I don't necessarily want to interrupt things, and it's hard. Academic stuff is hard to wrap, be able to talk about things at the same time sometimes. I've just been... And how's the video going? There's a couple things. So I've been doing some recording, not necessarily for like video essay, but for I have another fun project that I think people might be interested. And yeah, okay, quick update before we go back into this. I've also using it as an opportunity. I need to learn to use I want to learn DaVinci Resolve. So of course, then there's time that it takes time to learn a new editing program. So I have to do that. But I've been focusing on like scripting and also learning how to do this, because I want, even if I'm talking about like stuff that has like a basis in academic literature, I want it to be accessible, and trying to strike that balance of having that intriguing opening, not be overwhelming with terminology, still being kind of light. I haven't even thought about like recording footage for stuff. But it's certainly a bit, I have a friend that had a pretty successful video essay, so I've been meaning to ask them. I want this to happen fairly often. Let's put that on. Makes you lose focus instead of taking down. Yeah, I don't want that. Where's your focus? You kind of needed that. I haven't really been hitting that. Put that on you. I'm hoping these maybe stack. This is the damage from neck. I really like that one. I'm not sure at this point. I was wondering if the perfectionism makes the attack on the enemy deal the maximum possible damage. I was really curious if that sort of would proc the... Where's the double damage kind of one? Thank you, Ariel. We got news for Witch Hat Atelier. Yes, Witch Hat Atelier. I can't wait. That's the other one besides Dungeon Meshi that I've been waiting forever. Not forever, but super excited to hear. I hope they have excuse me, I hope that that anime gets a really dedicated studio like we got Trigger for everything. Oh, and the other show I've been loving with my friend when we've been watching is Girls Band Cry. I don't remember if I got to talk about that before. That's my big recommendation for this season. So let's... Okay, and then it has this sort of 1, 2. How do I... So it has this 2 next to it. I assume that's the upgrade, but how actually do we use the upgraded version? Or at least, like, see the effect. I don't think we've seen that. Victory conditions, skill speeds. Well, let's just see what happens. Let's... Thank you, I'm a very old man. See you. Okay, now we can do the... Okay, I see. They've disabled. Now let's get Agony on the other one. They sort of stack. Do want to work on... Okay, we'll get our focus... 3 to 4 damage, that will kill you. Let's... Let's focus on healing for right this moment. Yep, okay, we get our focus back. Restore zero of your health points. Okay. I'm gonna save that. Go for the planned attack. With it, just more healing if he doesn't die. Okay. These guys. Oh yeah, there's a new Hibiki. I haven't actually seen Hibiki season 2. That one's focused. So we won't be able to get rid of you. Okay. So we need to disable. Cast Suffering on both of them. And Agony. We'll still get these. Okay, that's gonna take you out. Very slow. $21. Okay. You're down. Okay, we will survive, or we won't survive another turn. Can we get the healing? Eerie intoxication. We should get that by our next turn. I want to remember what I put on the number 2 version. Oh, no. That did cause us. Oopsie daisy. We'll give it one more shot. No, Hibike, looking back at your comments, Hibike Euphonium's a really, really special show. I mean, I'm not particularly musical, but even just from like anything you're passionate about, I think is incredibly special. Where's your focus? Under brutality. Maybe I do need to be a little stronger, but I wouldn't be able to get the word anyway. Let's get rid of all these. Ping pong the animation. People rave about that one. I'd like to be able to get this more quickly, but I think we have to do it with quick attack. Vitality, gamble, efficiency. Where's your focus? Gamble, brutality. And this one is action reaction, quick attack, action reaction. Has additional suffering, so this won't happen very often. There's not a whole lot with 2. Actually should go here, so we'll get that. Perfect efficiency. That lasts 7 turns. Looks damage. Moves all negative states from you. So probably should be doing that more. Where's your focus by doing this? Strong attack. more. Okay, one more shot at this. Okay, we'll get suffering on both of them. Get some... well, that won't do much here. Get the 10 on you. Now we'll do agony. I haven't even... I guess we're getting towards the next season. I haven't actually looked at what's coming up next. You're down. We get a good chunk there. And we'll remove our... try and remove some of that bleed. Okay, that did work. And now we'll also do the healing. We'll get a good whack. Oh, okay. So let's swap so we can break. Get this. Bloody wailing. That will definitely do 16. And then we'll swap over. The one episode I watched of Jellyfish, was it Jellyfish Swims in the Night? I like that too. So I'd like to go back to that one. Sufferings that won't quite take you out. Now we'll swap. We'll do a quick attack because then that plus the suffering will definitely get rid of you, and then for you, we'll get rid of our bleeding again. Now we can try this one. Action reaction. That wasn't that exciting. We stopped the robbers!
Get off my lawn!
Wiktor? I heard a noise. Are you alright?
I'm fine. We've had a few unwelcome visitors.
Burglars? What's wrong with this town? I'll call Uncle.
There's no rush. I don't think they'll try to rob anyone anytime soon.
I don't know what we actually got from that, but good practice. You find out more about your father's dying moments. Do we And we should probably do a proper save after that. Let's... Let's go outside. What about your father's dying moments? Where will that take us? Okay, I do want to do just a tiny bit of an investigation, then we'll finish up. Are we going... Oh, to the carriage? That was harder than it should have been. It's good to practice with what it can be. I was just trying to figure out... I'm still not 100% on top of the timeline system. Still trying to figure out all the combos, because there's a lot of... I'm sure there's broken combos I haven't figured out yet. Your Fallout VODs came up and I recommended them. I'm bitching. Oh, thank you. I actually... I had to take a bit of a break because of school, but maybe not next week, but the week after I'm going to be getting back into Fallout New Vegas. But thank you very much for letting me know. Thank you. I'm sorry about the breaks in between them. And what that means for my gameplay, but no, I really appreciate you saying that. I am getting back. It's just we have some other games in between, but I'm hoping that will be a mostly weekly thing. Coming up soon. Oh, let me around the geometry. Yeah, here we go. Here we are. Okay. We will see what we can find here. Glasses. Glasses with a bent frame and broken lens. Before his last breath left him, Father's gaze wandered, searching for the source of his end. He did not close his eyes. He passed away with his eyes wide open, hurling thunderbolts from his eyes towards his nemesis. Anger clung to the crooked frame, not grief, sadness, or fear, also natural in a moment of danger. Anger. The fact that death came too soon. It announced itself, but did not ask about any unfinished business. Here we go. Damaged pillar. A large pillar broken in half. Wild fury radiated from here, nestled in the body. This blow to the pillar collapsed the entire building. A punch born from a powerful fist. Carrying colossal amounts of strength. Somebody punched the building down. That is a very load-bearing pillar. Chaos. Only chaos can be felt here. Devoid of any composed thought, intention. What breaks through to the surface of this disorder is destruction, as if designed in the guts of what rots it. Shoe. A worn-out leather shoe, dirty from dust. The owner of the shoe was a haughty soul who feared nothing, for whom death was an intruder destroying the order of the universe. He had his feet firmly on the ground, and even when death stared him in the eye, he did not give it into the instinct to flee. Yes, the shoe belonged to my father. Father was here. Father's death. This place carries the memory of my father. What is left of him here completes his image as a tenacious man with a hard heart. Interestingly, expected death, although it came sooner than he expected, which clearly upset him. And the death that came for him was a strong, uncompromising fury. The expected death, I'm unsure if that means, I mean, he was a little bit older, but if whatever he was involved with led him to expect that. I'm still unsure if this was wrong place, wrong time. Because surely if it was like an attempted murder, punching a building down is not the best way to go about it.
Am I a magician or what?
Oh.
Death did not catch my father by surprise. It seems as if he had been expecting it, just not at that moment. He was practically annoyed about it. There was something he had wanted to finish. And this building, it couldn't have just fallen down like that right as he was going by.
Hey, Suski!
What?
Oh.
Chicken butt.
Tie him up. There you go. Tighter.
The worst boy.
You took his book. Well done. All right, let's wake the asshole up. Wakey, wakey.
What's...
Well, come on, Sleeping Beauty. I haven't got all day. Now, let me get a good look at you. You look rough, fancy boy. This isn't what I was expecting.
I know who you are. Another YouTube video called you the worst boy. The blood dripped. The scarf plus blood dripped on the collar is a look. What did you expect?
Well, what did you expect?
That after years of hanging out in Parisian salons, you'd come back handsome and spruced up.
How do you know about Paris?
Nothing stays secret from the Niedzic, right? Shit. Just read out my birth certificate, why don't you?
Aba ulicy Niedzic.
Long time no see, Szurski.
Why did you kidnap me?
What kind of a sick idea is this? Kidnapping me?
It's a joke! You don't find it funny?
No.
What does it feel like to have your life depend on me?
Feels bad.
Not the best. Listen, I understand you hold some resentment within yourself over what happened, but I can't change the past.
Well, yes, but shit! You told me to wait for help and instead the boys in blue showed up and you washed your hands of it and left my pop to rot in prison. At least admit that you acted like a dick.
Where's the pride answer here? Not like that.
It's not like that. I didn't mean to hang you out to dry.
But
I was going to get help.
It was like that
But
then.
What? Didn't they have ink in France? The time for explanations was 15 years ago. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You're just like your father.
Oh.
My father's karma came back to bite him. A horrible death in return for the kind of man he was. I'm sure you heard.
Well, admittedly, nothing's put a spring in my step in a long while, like hearing that Szulski met his end as sludge on the sidewalk. They say the devil doesn't take the wicked, but for your old man, he made an exception.
Now that he's dead, let's put the past behind us.
There'd be no reason to talk if you hadn't pinched Papa's gut back then. Wiktor, it kills me that we pulled the trigger together. Together.
You did? Where's that rat?
What the fuck?
Boss, it's the Cossacks again. Come here, coward.
Looks like you've got a chance for redemption. Let's show these dickheads you don't mess with the shivs.
I'll take a look around.
I just want to make sure I have not... Okay, this is still... What is this one here? Okay. Still available, I just want to make sure we didn't lock out. Okay. Okay. We'll save that for now. And we're gonna finish up there. Okay. So next week we have the Limbus event, which will probably aiming to do it in 2 parts, because I'm unsure how long it will be. So that will be next week, Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know if I'm gonna be around over the weekend. I'm not sure yet. But if I am, we'll do another episode of this, and then week after I'm aiming for a Fallout and more the weekend after. But we'll see. Maybe there'll be time at a different point. I'll try and fit out in an extra episode. But thank you all for joining me. I'm glad. This game feels a little bit designed for me. I want to figure out the battle system. Oh, did we get an extra skill point? We could go into there for now. Depends when we get these guys. Yeah, nice to have me streaming. I'm hoping it can be... I still got stuff going on. I have a thesis. Writing a thesis. And figuring other stuff out, but for the moment, I definitely want to be able to. And, oh, I don't think I mentioned it. I should have, I've paid, or at least I put the down payment on for rigging on the Life 2D model. So that should be in September. But thank you. No, thank you everybody for taking the time to spend it here. I'm glad I get to share something interesting. Oh, and I also want to play the Rise of the Golden Idol demo. I don't know. I should check how long it is, because maybe I can squeeze 2 things together if it's depending how long the chapter is. But thank you. And I will see you just... Okay. And I will see you in a few days. Thank you all, everybody. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.